This is the hardest puzzle I have seen. I had to write an essay to be able to solve this puzzle. I had to go search for rules. It was like a giant document that I wrote. It was crazy, and yeah.
So, your opponent has played Jin Gitaxias, Core Augur. This legendary creature has flash, and beginning of your end step, draw 7 cards. Each opponent's maximum hand size is reduced by 7. You have only 5 health remaining, while your opponent is 23.
You have to win this turn, seriously.
So opponent has a Jin Gitaxias who's a 5/4 and is at 23 health. I have a Free Death Spitter, deals 2 damage to an opponent whenever it takes a damage. Nibbles of Dusk has prowess and flying, is a 2/1. Supreme Phantom has flying and other spirits get +1/+1. Nibbles of Dusk is a spirit, so gets +1/+1. And Pyrohemia, I can pay 1 red mana and deal 1 damage to each creature and player. At the beginning of the end step, if no creatures on the battlefield, I sacrifice Pyrohemia. I have 5 red mana and 2 water grays that can tap for both blue and black. On my hand, I have Dark Withering that destroys a target non-black creature. Also has a madness cost of 1, meaning if I discard it, I cast it for 1 black mana. And same for Alms of the Vein. If I discard it, I cast it for 1 black mana, which does target opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. And I also have a Tarngarth's Rage. If enchanted creature is attacking, it gets +3/+0. Otherwise, it gets -2/-1. And Jin Gitaxias has an effect which my maximum hand size is reduced by 7, which means I'm gonna discard all my cards at the end of the turn. So here's my attempt at solving this puzzle. This was really hard, okay? This is really hard. I spent a long time on this puzzle, but I'm pretty sure that I'm right, okay? So, you begin by casting the Rage on Niblis. You're gonna trigger Niblis' prowess. So he's a 2/2 creature currently because of the Supreme Phantom and become 17 attacks. And then you attack. You attack with Niblis and the Supreme Phantom. An opponent drops down to 15 really fast. This is the easy part, okay? Now I activate the Pyrohemia once, because the opponent should take 1 damage. As a result, the Enrage inflicts 2 more damage to the opponent. Enrage from the Free Death Spitter, by the way. And my life total is now 4. When I proceed to the end step, if I am correct with the way the rulings work, I would first discard my hand because of Jin Gitaxias. So I have the priority on discarding my hand. Once I discard my hand, the prowess trigger ends on Niblis, but he still survives. And all damage is removed from creatures. And then the madness triggers both go on the stack as I cast them, tapping my watery graves. Niblis survives as a 1/1 because of the Supreme Phantom. Now, I'm gonna cast both cards for the madness cost, and that's where it starts to get a little bit funky. I put Withering on the bottom of the stack. Withering is targeting Supreme Phantom. 2 prowess go up, making Niblis into a 3/3. Alms resolve, Alms of the Vein. It costs the opponent to lose 3 life and I gain 3 life, so I go to 7, opponent goes to 9. With Withering still on the stack, I'll activate Pyrohemia again, dealing 3 more damage to the opponent, bringing him to 6, and 1 damage to myself, bringing me to 6. The reason Pyrohemia does 3 damage is because it's 1 from Pyrohemia and 2 from Free Death Spitter. And Death Spitter survives. He survives because we already had a cleanup step. Since you already had a cleanup step, his health was full. But Pyrohemia I can activate whenever I want. So Withering is going to resolve, killing the Supreme Phantom, and my Nibbles of Dust is going to be a 2/2 because of the prowess. But the stack is empty. A few things happens when the stack empties up. We have the resolve of the cleanup step, which means that all prowess triggers are taken from the Nibbles of Dusk, bring him to 0/0 and he dies, okay, when those state-based actions are checked. And I think that as those state-based actions are executed, we have another round of priority, like first mid and opponent. And I take this opportunity and I get priority to activate Pyrohemia twice more, killing my Free Death Spitter that is now at full health again because he regened once we had another round of priority. So that'll deal the final 6 damage to the opponent, killing him, bring me to like 4 health. And that is the only solve I could find. This took really long. This is the hardest puzzle I have ever seen, like 100%. I have never seen a puzzle this hard.